Hey y'all, it's your boy Gamer Guy 255 coming back at you with another Modern Warfare 2 comment. Anyway, so I want to talk about this in a post commentary, and that is the recent changes to the Crucible, more specifically the hand cannon changes, and how I feel about these. In short, I like them, and I think that they were necessary, and I think that they bring a new level of balance to the game that previously was just not here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do for the next 7 minutes. Anyway, so to give you a frame of reference, I feel that things like 150 RPM hand cannons were overstepping their boundaries quite a bit, even 140s and 110s, shooting at like 39 meters or so, like some wild numbers. And I think that should not have been possible. And I'm glad that the changes are they're here now, because we're seeing a lot more diverse of a crucible. Speaking about things like scout rifles, which we're kind of seeing a little too much of, due to the Randy's throwing knife quest, which this beautiful weapon is very much worth doing that for. As you can see in the gameplay, I'm completely tearing through a team right now. That's besides the point. I'm glad to see that we're seeing a lot more pulse rifles. Unfortunately, the blast furnace still, holds the dominion, the sacred provenance in blast furnace. That archetype, 450 RPM, a 4-round burst, still really good. But we're seeing things like auto rifles, like Monte Carlo, completely shreds right now, and that's a little bit on the low down. And there's definitely alternatives when it comes to, like, I still want to use a hand cannon, but maybe I'm getting outranged. Like, take for instance Luna's Howl, or more specifically Not Forgotten with Magnificent Howl, is incredible right now. The perk is so slept on. Even if I feel like it's not, I think now's a good time for me to push the agenda that, hey, maybe we should bring back the 180 RPM Not Forgotten, so that Last Word and Recluse don't completely dominate within their range now. Whereas previously you would have something like Spare Rations or Austringer or something of that sort in order to contest with Last Word and Recluse just outside of their range. Now they're kind of truncated into that very, very short range, with those two not really being directly affected by the range changes, minus the ricochet round changes. And I think that a 180 RPM Not Forgotten with the old Magnificent Howl would be the thing that keeps these things in line. It has a heavy precision requirement. Even if the change brought back some sort of requirement that the third or following shot had to be a critical shot, like a precision shot, a headshot. Or something else, like maybe it's only, the effect only works for one bullet, like one trigger pull, and you don't get it like if over the course of a target not dying how it used to be. Anyway, I just wanted to push that agenda right now, and we'll move back onto it. So, hand cannons were very oppressive. We talked about this. We finished this statement already. Cool. Thumbs up. Yeehaw, brother. Let's talk about my feelings about scout rifles right now. I think scouts are sitting in a range where they should be, maybe a little bit too far. I'm noticing that sometimes I'm literally like 98 meters across the map. That's, hyperbole, by the way. And getting like full damage crits. That's still pretty wild, but I think that that's kind of fitting for scout rifles, whereas before you had to be outside of the map, or even some pulse rifles having more range than scout rifles. But that's like an entirely different topic I don't want to get into, man. I don't want to open that can of worms. So to TLDR that one, I think scouts might have a little bit too much accessibility when it comes to range. Pulse rifles, I think they're pretty much fine, except for those 450 RPM 4-round bursts, but I haven't really seen those very prevalent because people are starting to realize, hey, scouts are actually a lot fucking better than these. And that's that with that. Pulses are, I think they're very tasty. I think they're in a good spot right now. I feel the same about sidearms and SMGs. I think SMGs are fine where they are. Hold for Recluse and some other SMGs. Some other SMGs are just like really, really easy, but that's like an opinion thing. I don't think the range is out of whack or anything like that. Continuing on about sidearms, hand cannons. Okay, I did all these. Trace rifles, are those ever going to like have a point for contestant or whatever? No, whatever the fuck. Not really. Like they're good. They're special weapons. They're good. Something else I want to talk about is sniper rifle range. Sniper rifle range is a little too crazy right now. Now, you're probably sitting in your chair like, what the fuck did you just say? I think sniper rifles have too much range in the sense of they get way too much aim assistance right now. I would not be unsatisfied if I got like a week in the Crucible where sniper rifle range values and aim assist values were all halved globally. I would probably miss all my shots. Let's be real, boys. I'm an aim assist rider, champion, warrior. But I just want to bring that up. Kind of really pay attention to aim assist and range value, since those go hand in hand when it comes to snipers, and you'll realize like, hey, these are kind of wild. Shotguns are, I think shotgun range is, it seems further than what it is due to how squished Destiny 2 ranges are, and how fast you just move so much faster in Destiny 2, at least on PC, than you did Destiny 1. So that makes shotgun so much more lethal. That on top of literally every map is a CQC map for the most part, thanks to Equinox and Eternity for that one. But I went into not an argument, but more of a discussion on stream about Twilight Gap and how everyone was like, oh, it didn't play like this in D1. And I had to explain to people, like, yeah, this game's a lot more squished. And when I say squished, I mean they're pushed tighter together. I don't know how to put it into words. Hopefully someone understands what I mean and I don't sound stupid. And that's what lets shotguns be so dominant in the game, no matter what's happening. Like, a good player, I promise, will be able to run a hand cannon and a shotty on any map in any situation that they want. They will make it happen. Whether or not they have to put minimum or maximum effort in is, again, debatable, but you can definitely find success. I could find success running Thorn and a shotgun on any map in this game, under any circumstance. That's not an ego thing. That is, hey, I know that I might have to walk literally around the map 3 times to get 2 kills, and it's not going to be very efficient, but I think it is very possible. Let's see, what's else on the checklist? Fusion rifles. Aaron Till was fucking crazy. Everything else is in line. Something else that I want to bring up about fusion rifles is the new raid fusion rifle, Zealot's Reward. It's a rapid fire frame, and it actually feels quite nice. More specifically, it sounds fucking dope. It sounds incredible, and that's why I use it every once in a while. It's nothing compared to Aaron Till in terms of range due to being a rapid fire frame. But like, do we really have to play for the stats all the time? Does that really have to happen? Anyways, I gotta wrap this up here. TLDR, the global TLDR, hand cannon range changes phenomenal. I think that's how they need to be. Maybe I can use this as an agenda to push for 180 and pre-nerf Mag Howl, Not Forgotten, and Luna's Howl. Everything else pretty good. Snipes and scouts might have a little too much range, statistically and aim assistance wise. Pulses seem fine. Fusions seem fine. Sidearms seem fine. Fix the hit detection on sidearms, please. And we got a nice little match here. Nice little 43, 6.14. I just wanted to make a commentary. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you dudes later.